Good morning, everybody. My name's Scott Burgess, and I'm a diamond in Zinzino. And my pleasure this morning is to take you through the Zinzino Getting Started and Fast Start training. Really, what I want to do is to unpack the business that you have been given really in a box. The tools are very similar to a franchise. I'll give you a little bit of background. My background is been in franchising a lot of my life as a franchise director of a large UK franchise. And before that, I was in the health industry working in pharmaceuticals. The relationship, if you like, between those two things is a marriage made in heaven for me with Zinzino, because I was able to combine my two passions, and this business is very much like a franchise. So the idea this morning is for me to walk you through the tools you've got and the resources you've got at your disposal. It's not a training, it's a training of the training. It's to show you where you need to be in relation to working with your upline and obviously utilizing the resources that we've got within the business. So without further ado, I'm going to start off where you need to start. So many of you will be existing partners. I can't actually see who everybody's on this morning, but welcome to existing partners, and of course to new partners that have just joined the business, some of which will be in my team this morning. And to give you an idea, those people that have currently come in through my team have already had some training. I initiated Getting Started training yesterday with them. So they've had 1.5 to 2 hours of being walked through all the resources and all the tools, and like I say, that we have at our disposal. And the idea today is for you to ensure that you get that relationship with your sponsor, with your upline, and make sure that you do know exactly what we've got at our disposal, which is quite amazing. So the first thing and the most important thing really is you need to plan success. Success is not a destination, it's a journey. It's like happiness, really. You know, no point in being miserable trying to get there. You've got to be working all the time to make success, those small gains, those small wins every day. So you need to establish your goals, and those goals are your objectives. Just like my objective this morning is to deliver this training session to you on a greater mindset. Everything you do, every hour, every day, if you're preparing goals, then you know what you want to achieve. I'm a very much to-do person in terms of my tick list every day. Have I achieved what I wanted to do? And if not, carry it over to the next day, and so on and so forth. At least I know I'm going to be getting somewhere. And some people don't. They don't work like that. So I would really encourage you to have the mindset of establishing your goal. Mine was to become diamonds within my first year within network marketing, and I've achieved that goal, and obviously I've got set myself further goals. It was to work myself maybe out of a job situation that I was in. It was to improve my lifestyle by creating more time and freedom, which I will get eventually within this business because it is time consuming to begin with, but also to get financial freedom. But also for me, it was about the products, and it was about the passion behind those products, because without the passion, then you haven't got anything. So you need to be able to set those goals and make them objectives, so make them smart objectives. So they need to be specific, they need to be measurable, they need to be achievable, they need to be realistic, and they need to be, as I just said, time measured. So you're self-targeting. When we get into the business, it's about, like I say, passion. It's about the products first, because if you don't have belief in the product, then people aren't going to have belief in you when you're conveying information about the product. And that's either as a prospective partner or a prospective customer. So people are going to read you. They're going to feel that passion coming from you. You need to have the positioning of the products. You need to establish where, why, and when. Where's this product needed, and who's going to be interested in it? You need to you need to have a passion, as I say, and you need to have a posture about you, and that posture is something that people will see and feel as you're delivering the information about the business. So that's my first top tips in terms of setting your goals. Then we're going to talk through a lot of this morning, really, in terms of getting started. The idea is of creating those relationships with people and identifying those people where you'll be able to encourage them to take a look at the opportunity, both from a health perspective and from obviously a business perspective. You need to create a list of 100 people or thereabouts. You know, if you can't get to 100, you will get to 100. If you have 200, you've got 200. Don't get hung up about that. Just start making a list of people who you know would be interested in talking to you. And they can be anybody from your sister, your brother, you know, your uncle, your aunt, through to the window cleaner, the architect, anybody. And remember something else as well. Successful people like to hear about successful opportunities and successful stories. So don't be intimidated at all by who you think would be interested in this potential business opportunity or indeed this potential. So you're going to be prioritizing those people, and you'll be working with your upline. You'll be working with the likes of myself and Sue and Dave and Stephen in the business and Fitz, who's my direct upline. And I've worked very much with Fitz and Dave and beyond them. So going to people within the organization that can help me. And that's a really important factor that I want to focus on this morning is teamwork. So prioritize who you want to contact. And again, we'll talk about it in a while, but we need to work a system as how you're going to utilize people within the business to help you to make those contacts confidently. And then you're going to turn those contacts into meetings. And again, we're going to look at that this morning. And then we're going to turn those meetings, which at the moment obviously are difficult to present face to face, but getting easier as we come out of lockdown, particularly across different parts of the world. And here in the UK, it's becoming easier every day or every week to make those contacts. And then to present the business opportunity, to present the product opportunity. And again, we're going to look at that in a bit more detail in the presentation this morning. And then also to encourage you to follow up, to ensure people take a second look at this business opportunity, to take a second look at the product opportunity, because it does take time. It doesn't just happen overnight, just like success. Success, as I said, is a journey. Very few people have immediate success overnight. And sometimes those that do, they're here today and gone tomorrow. So what we're doing is looking at building the foundations of a solid business for you and putting the right pillars in place as we build. And that's all down to following the system. The business really, as I said earlier on, is similar to a franchise. So when I was in a position of talking to people about franchises, they were looking at a big financial commitment and looking at many years of their life in a license, in a relationship with, say, me and the business. And clearly their success was the business's success. Because as a franchisor, you're taking obviously a benefit from each of those individuals. And in a way, this is the same situation because your success is the business's success. The person, you know, we're all in this together, but you don't have to make that huge financial commitment that you would have done or would do potentially in a franchise. But what you have got are the systems and the processes that have been developed over years by Zinzino, who I'm sure you're aware from, you know, you've made the commitment to become a partner. So you've done your due diligence, you've done your research, I'm sure. You know that they have pedigree and background and they've evolved systems just like a good franchisor would. They've refined the systems, they've piloted things to the nth degree, and now we've got what effectively is a proven foolhardy system for you to adhere to. And stick to those systems. Don't go outside of them because they are proven to work. And we're going to go through some of those systems and processes this morning. So your short-term goals are your absolute priority. As I said to you, setting those goals from day one, setting your intentions. The next 30 to 60 days are critical in terms of setting you up in the business to succeed. Because, again, foolhardy proven systems that we know work, which is why we operate a simple 30 to 60 day fast start to set you up in what we call the 4-4-10 principle. In fact, we call it the 4-4-10-25 principle. And again, I'll explain that further in the presentation. But basically, you need to work with your upline to start utilizing the basics of the business. And the first starting point is this, the Express Start Manual. This has got a speeding train on it, which is the Zinzino Express. And really, it is your route to the quickest way to succeed in this business. So in this booklet, or in the booklet, has got everything you need to get you to understand the principles of the business and what to do. So We need to build 4 customers and achieve what we call smart bronze, which is a ranking system within the business. And that's your first goal. We're going to look at what it means financially later on. And in terms of 4 partners, again, that equates to being fast silver. And we're going to look at that again for you in terms of the fast start bonuses later on this morning. And then you need to move to building 10 customers, which is known in this business as X-Team Express. And I alluded to earlier on 25 customers, which is something called A-Team. I'll explain to you in a while why that's important to you as well. So unlocking the key components of the business that will help you both to grow the business and financially to get off to a good start in the business is why it's so important to understand the principle of the 4-4-10 in your first 30 to 60 days. You also need to be learning about the products. That's really key. You need to be researching all the plethora of information we have within the business. Again, I'll be showing you that in a moment, but those learning curves are big and steep to begin with because you're learning maybe about products that are new to you in an environment that might be new to you. And you're also taking on simultaneously the systems and process of running the business and understanding network marketing. But you can do it. I did it. Many people around you have done it and to great success, but it's hard work to begin with because you've got a lot to take on. So those early morning starts, those late night finishes are all worthwhile in the end, trust me. And you also have a checklist to complete. And again, all we're saying with that is utilizing what's in this booklet, what's in this manual to complete the checklist, be it 1 to 10, 1 to 20, whatever you want it to be, to see you through to the next stage. So exciting things and exciting developments occur regularly in the business, and we have opportunities and we have campaigns that are launched every month. And one particular UK dedicated campaign is the Go Platinum campaign, which is still running and still available to all of you existing partners and new partners to get to Platinum, which is a rank within the business by the end of this month. So the Platinum Partner campaign is very straightforward. You simply need to have an active auto order, which obviously I would encourage all of you to have in place because it unlocks everything we're talking about this morning for you. You need to be X-Team qualified, which is what I explained, which is your 10 personal Premier Kit customers. And then you need to have what's called 6,000 credits in balance. The system in the business simply works on the currency of credits, which is our internal currency. You build those credits, and then those credits equate to pounds sterling or euros, wherever you are in the world, or indeed dollars. So you build one team to the left and one team to the right. And again, this morning, I'm not going to go into detail on that. Your upline sponsor will take you through that in more detail. But suffice to say, you're building what's called balance. So you need 1/3 from one team, 2/3 to another team. So you need 2,000, say, left, 4,000 credits right, and you are 6,000 credits in balance. And that unlocks for you this month, I say latest, a wonderful trip out to Orion and Hilda, who are the founders of Zinzino's at Home, which I believe is beautiful, in Oslo. And simultaneously, you get to go to Vitesse Labs, who are the independent laboratory that produce all our dry blood spot tests for us. In fact, the leading dry blood spot test laboratory in the world. And thirdly, but certainly not least, is the visit to head office in Gothenburg, which is a fabulous opportunity. And it's an all expenses paid trip. All you got to do is fund the trip to the airport, your car parking or taxi or whatever it might look like, and then the rest of it is taken care of by the company. I qualified for that trip about 3 months ago. I was one of the first to do so, and I was absolutely delighted and made up because it's a reward for all your hard work and a thank you. Plus, it's a great way for me and the team who will be joining me to understand the business in more detail. So from that perspective, I'm really excited when lockdown is over finally, and we can travel out to those various destinations. And I'd like some of you on this call to be with us. Okay, so moving into the nuts and bolts of this morning, which I said was really getting to grips with the systems that are available to you and unpacking this box, just like you unpacked your box of Zinzino when you first got it. I don't know about you, I was really, really excited to get my blood test and to do my blood test, to start taking my balance oil, and then to start sharing this with other people around me. Well, it's the same with this, as I say, business in a box. All we're doing is unpacking all the goodies that are in that box for you, that are going to be, if you like, your tricks of the trade, or your trade tools to be able to build this business successfully. So as you can see here, we've got a platform which is called a Linktree platform, which was again very kindly put together by a couple of our team members, Stephen and Greg in the business, who are having meteoric rise to success themselves because they've dedicated themselves to this business in a way that many people do, and getting the results. And they're putting back in terms of helping the network, if you like, some of the leaders in the business in developing the systems and process that are going to benefit us here in the UK. So you can see on the left hand side that you should have received a text or indeed an email that explained to you that we want to walk you through the Getting Started training, of which this morning is part of that, and to invite you to look at the Linktree, which has got a series of videos on there, one of which is a lovely welcome by our infamous Dave Ives, and he walks you through the initiation into the business, and obviously then the getting started, as you can see, in terms of getting started training, and things like the GoCore app, how to set your Google Calendar, and all the things we're going to briefly look at this morning. So if you've not had that, then you need to ensure you have got that from your upline, and certainly when you have got it, go through those videos and make sure that you're well versed with as much of that as you can before you embark on your getting started training with your sponsor. Okay, they're going to definitely, I'm not going to use the word hopefully, they're going to definitely walk you through a one-to-one training on your back office. This is imperative to you. So you've done the Linktree training, you know the background resources that's available to you, you've got a basic idea, and now we're going to give you some more detail as to what the back office looks like. Again, I'm not going to do that this morning. You're going to do that in detail with your upline and with your sponsor. But to give you an example, I did one, as I said to you yesterday, with 1, 2, 3 new prospective partners, not prospective, new partners who just joined the business yesterday, some of whom are on this call this morning. And then they were on there with their respective partners who again are quite new. So it's imperative and important to ensure that in terms of leverage and duplication, which is something I really want to focus on this morning, is that we need to be teaching and training and mentoring and coaching all the time to each other, because we need to encourage each other to develop and learn to do things, for example, that I'm doing this morning. So with that, the back office is imperative. You need to obviously go through the starting steps of launching your back office, which is steps 1 to 4 when you get in there. And then you've got this absolute, again, plethora of information, which is maybe initially quite a lot to look at. But again, I work in black and white. So I say to everybody, certainly in my team, and would say to all of you listening, don't be overwhelmed by the information. Don't feel you've got to learn everything overnight. Do it in bite-sized chunks. Step-by-step learning is the way to do this. So just things I want to point out to you. This back office is everything you need in terms of news on the business, recognition of people who are doing successfully within the business from Diamond upwards, things like talking to you about the director trip, which is a trip you can achieve for yourself, which next year is in the spring of next year, as long as things are okay for travel out to Mexico. 5-star resort, luxury resort, all paid for trip, all expenses paid by the company as a thank you for achieving the rank of director. And you can do that by achieving director rank within the business or achieving a certain number of director points, which your upline again will take you through. So the file library is a huge wealth of information. Again, the getting started training manual is in there, the express starters manual, which I'd advise you to look at straight away rather than waiting just for that to arrive with your training kit. And you've got access to clinical papers, you've got access to all the information on the products, you've got access to marketing material, the how to set up your GoCore app. It literally is all there for you. And the other resource you've got outside of the standard things that you would expect, which is your reporting and your so on and so forth, is you've got information on obviously your own finances, and you've got access to the Zinzino Hub. And again, I'm not going to go into great detail about that this morning, but the Hub is an incredible resource. It's got a CRM built into it, which you can utilize for your leads and communication with leads and emailing, and also is where all your blogs are, which again, marketing have done an incredible job with the amount of marketing blogs that they've been creating recently. And you've got your video links, which again are the videos on product or sending out information on somebody who wants to partner. It's all there for you. And finally, keep up to date with, I say, the news within the business and ongoing campaigns, the weekly partner newsletter, as you can see here. And you also need to be aware that we have a leader school campaign, leader school rather, coming up in just 2 weeks' time, 2 weeks today. I would encourage each and every one of you again to be on that leader school Zoom call. It would have been held live in Oslo, but clearly with the way things are at the moment, we can't do that. So there's a small contribution to that, which is worth its weight in gold to you, because you will hear all the leaders in both the industry and indeed in this business talking to you about their success and how they got that success. And again, being on that weekend of calls, I'm certainly looking forward to it. So that is your back office. Make yourself au fait with that. And again, your partner will take you through the registration of customers, how to enroll a new partner, and so on and so forth. Really vital you get your head around that as soon as possible. So I said to you that we had a business in a box. Within that, we've discussed already, and we'll keep on discussing, the imperative document, which is the Zinzino Fast Start Express, as you can see on the left-hand side. We've then got a series of information that you get with your getting started, or rather with your initial Zinzino starting kit. So your training kit will contain the manual, it will contain product brochures, it will contain product offers, so the actual sales prices of the products, and then you get Info Zinzino, which is the guide for your customers, sorry, rather your partners, in terms of guiding you in terms of what to say and how to say it, to put together a business presentation. So that's the hardcore material, and again, that's available to you, the majority of that on the back office. You also have the apps are available to you with your Fast Start, with your auto order, and the Zinzino Go Core app is quite incredible. It's got over 400 hours of training on it. It's got Dr. Paul Clayton, it's got Orion, it's got Hilda, it's got all the leaders, speakers again, like Randy Gage, people in network marketing who've been around for years and in seven-figure sums, training you, coaching you, advising you, helping you. You can listen to that wherever you may be, in the car, running. That's what I do, and I learn a lot from it. And you also got the prospecting tool, which is your on-the-go Zinzino mobile app. And again, an absolutely fantastic resource to have, because that allows you, as we just said, or I just said, to do business on the go rather than relying on having to get back to your office or home office and send out information. You can do it literally from that application. So again, all of these things you need to go through in detail, using the resources within the business and also speaking to your upline about it. So we've just discussed the Go Core app. So you au fait with that, make yourself au fait with that, download that from Google App Store or Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. Then same with the Zinzino Mobile. And thirdly, but certainly not lastly, we've got the Zinzino Fitness app. Again, hugely versatile and useful tool for both customers and partners. It's a customer primarily aimed app, because what you're doing is download the app, the customer can then set a time to take their oil every day, and once they collected 365 points, which is literally one click for every day, they get their postage and packing free on top of their Zinzino for free, which again, I will touch on briefly this morning, but that's whereby they get 4 customers within their business under their own business account, or rather customer account, and they get their own product for free, as you do with your own Zinzino. So that's the applications that are available to us. In terms of resources, what we try to do is to consolidate where the information is, because when you start, it is feeling like it's in this section or that section, but it is very well compartmentalized if you understand it from this training this morning and get it right in your head. Simply go to the back office for videos and information, and outside of that, go to zinzino TV. Again, I would point you there as part of your initial training, because there are, as you can see, fast start bonuses, training, there's getting started training, there's compensation plan training done by Hilda, which is absolutely excellent. She takes you through the compensation plan in 20 minutes. How she does it, I really don't know, but yeah, you need to have that compensation plan open and with you, with a cup of coffee, cup of tea, whatever, a glass of wine, whatever takes your fancy, and go through the compensation plan. And initially, that will not stick. Some bits will, some bits won't. Don't worry. Don't get hung up about it. It took me a long time to actually comprehend it and understand it completely. And even now I have questions, and as such, you know, everybody in the business will help you to understand things that you don't necessarily understand. So utilize this. There's information on the products. I say information on all the internal systems within the business, and it is really an excellent resource. We've done more in the UK, and again, I need to thank the team behind me. So Sue, Dave, et al., Nigel, who've worked and beavered away to put together our own Team Zeno UK YouTube site. Again, with all the information and resources you need. So, for example, this video this morning, in terms of getting started training, will be posted onto that site. So you'll be able to make reference to this, go back on this, and share this with your team that may not have been able to be on this call this morning. Everything's there for you, as you can see, from Dr. Clayton videos. You've got influencer presentations, which we've done historically. You've got the USA presentation that's been done there, business opportunity presentation, Orion talking about health protocol. It's all there. Please make time. It's all grouped nicely for you under different playlists. Make time and use that resource to its fullest. So that's where the information in the business is. What we've done is we've created a sense of community, though. There really is a sense of belonging. One of the things I'm finding is, as I'm talking to people who very often are working from home and are isolated, even in the normal situation outside of COVID-19, they feel isolated because they're independent business owners. Within Zinzino, we really have got a sense of community, a sense of belonging. And because we're a team, we can talk to each other, and it gives people that opportunity to network and have that contact that they didn't necessarily have before. And that's been a bit of a surprise to me, because I didn't realize so many people felt isolated within their own businesses. And for that reason, we've got collective groups, and those collective groups are not just for community, but they're obviously for disseminating information easily. Dave administers teams in Zeno, which he does extremely well, and he disseminates all the information that we need as a team in terms of, you know, what calls to be on, when to be on them, where they could be anywhere in the world at any time, and important information and updates. So I encourage you to ensure, again, you are on the WhatsApp group, Teams in Zeno. And although we don't encourage it in the business, as teams grow, different leaders will need to create maybe their own WhatsApp group. So, for example, I have got my own WhatsApp group, which I disseminate information to with the team, which is just literally for anything outside of Teams in Zeno. So you may want to ensure you enroll on that WhatsApp group as well, if there is indeed one. One Monday. Wow, what can I say about One Monday? That's led and primarily been led by Marco Passanante, who is upline to Dave, and he has created a large team throughout Europe and in fact globally. And this is where we utilize the Facebook chat, if you like, for recognizing people in terms of recognition in the business. And recognition and edification is really important part of the business, and I would encourage you to ensure that that you're part of that and engaging with the social media side of the business, and indeed these Facebook groups, of which there's a number. There's Teams in Zeno Live, there's Teams in Zeno Global. Again, speak to your upline, research what's available to you, and subscribe to these different Facebook groups. And we have the UK one, which is Teams in Zeno UK. Again, the UK only actually launched on the 12th of May. So you know, the business, although it's not brand new to the world, it certainly is new to the UK, even though we've been here building the foundations for just about a year now. We officially launched 12th of May, and this site is there for you to utilize in terms of your, again, social media and Facebook connection. So I encourage you to utilize that as well. Okay, so we talked a lot about the taking the Zinzino Express, using the fast start. This is, as I said to you, your fastest route to your success and creating the dreams that you want to create for yourselves. You need to plan that. I'm going to have a sip of water for a second. You need to plan for that, and that planning is vital, because clearly many of you may be part-time in the business because you're running and juggling other full-time activities. Some other people are working full-time in their careers, and they need to build time into Zinzino, what we call Zinzino time. So this is just, again, this is within your Fast Start Zinzino Express manual. Just copy this, do with this what you want, complete it, and diarize the time that you want to make for this business. We suggest as a part-time start, minimum of 10 to 15 hours a week. And obviously that will increase with the amount of activity that you're creating. Certainly mine did as my team grew, and I've grown quite a substantial team now, and large number of customers throughout the team. So clearly that's going to be more time demanding, but to begin with, definitely block your diary time out, so you ensure you've got your family leisure time with the kids, you know, whether it's any of your hobbies you're undertaking. We're not expecting you to leave those behind purely to focus on those out of our business time just for Zinzino, but ensure you block those hours so you do dedicate that time. As you can see here, we're suggesting, you know, on Monday evening 6 till 10, or Wednesday night 7 till 10, Sunday a few hours in the afternoon. That's the way to get going in this business, to ensure you have time for the business rather than trying to fit the business into your time. So that planning for success, we help you with that by utilizing, again, a resource that's been developed within the UK, which is incredible, which is the Google Calendar. Now, all you need for that, by virtue of what I just said, is a Google email address, which you can send that, your personal email address, to Sue Booth that administers this very kindly for us. And that email address to send it to is key4health1. So that's key, K-E-Y, number 4, word health, H-E-A-L-T-H, number 1 at gmail.com. Once Sue's received that from you, she will send you confirmation that you have access to this diary. And this, as you can see, has all the information you need to set up your business and planning your business around the activities that we created as a team, like this morning, the Getting Started training. We have an influencer, had an influencer call that takes place. I'm not sure if we're going to be running an influencer call anymore on a Wednesday, but outside of that, on a Monday, we have an audience with call at 8 o'clock, run by UK Corporate. 9 o'clock, we have a Mondo team call. On a Tuesday, we run a customer call, 8 p.m. On a Thursday, we run a business presentation call. And as we said, on a Saturday morning, we have the Getting Started training. All of this is there for you in this diary. And again, base your activities around this, and you're going to be inviting your potential prospects, customers, and partners to these calls. And we also have an audio call, which is available and will be available for people to think into during the day. So use this to its utmost, because it is a fantastic resource, and you can do that on the go, because there's a mobile, obviously, version of the Google Calendar, which is an app. Download that, and you can clearly be out and about and utilizing that resource for yourselves as well. So it's like pause for breath, really, because that's all the systems that we've just unpacked from your box, as we said, your business in a box. Now what you're going to do is make those resources work for you. So you need to launch your business. You need to get that activity going. And again, all we ask you to do is in your first 2 weeks to put together that business launch strategy with your sponsor, with your upline, to make those 30 to 60 day goal plans, and to start booking your meetings, and to ensure you've gone through that checklist of all the things you need to have in place to build a business successfully. You also need to be a walking, talking testimonial to the business. You need to take the test. you need to start using the products. Certainly that's what I did, and that's what most of the partners, and certainly all the partners, do. So you need to have your auto order in place and ensure you're qualifying for your products for free, which is your Zinzi for free. You need to ensure you've built that list of at least 100 contacts, and then starting to share that information and disseminate that information in terms of both the business opportunity and the product opportunity with friends, family, and then outside of that. And if you want to start building that confidence, role play, create role play with your upline, create role play with your spouse, whatever you want to do, just get confident in doing it. But the only way to get confident in doing it is to do it. In terms of booking these meetings, don't hold back. Don't try and learn the business inside out, that you need to know everything about the products. Don't try and learn everything about the compensation plan. Don't try and learn everything about the back office. Just do it. That's all I can say, because that's the way you learn. If you're learning by your mistakes, then at least you're learning and at least you're doing. So that's where I would certainly say you need to be in terms of launching a business. You need to be making those invites, as we said. So those contacts that you created, you need to be, I'm going to show you in a moment the way to do it, but you need to be starting to use the system to make contact with those people, and using your upline for three-way calls, for sharing information, because they know more than you do initially. So again, use their knowledge, use their experience, and simultaneously you're starting to build your story. Your story is really, really important. I've not told my story this morning because I'm not here to tell my story, but I have a story of both success in the business and a story about the products and how fantastic they are. You need to create that story for yourselves, and remember that that facts tell, but stories sell. And as much as we share this, we obviously are imparting information, so we are selling the idea of these two people. So remember that, to create a story and to duplicate what we're doing, because duplication and repetitive habit is the key to success in the business, and indeed key to leverage, as the slide clearly shows you. So those first 10 meetings, it's really simple. It really is simple. It feels complicated to begin with, but all you got to do is contact people, call them, pick up the phone, say, hi, how you doing? I'm introducing you to a wonderful product that I've personally been using, which shows you if you're in or out of balance, shows you, if you're in good health. And you don't need to go into too much detail and say, it's very exciting. Proof defeats doubt. It's test-led pharmaconutrition or test-led health supplement business product. And as such, sell the principle of what we're doing. We're not just a supplement company. We're a pharmaco-nutrition company. We're a life sciences company. We're here to stay. We're here to change people's lives, and get that passion across to people and say, would you like to take a look? And I get most people saying yes to me. And if you're getting people say no to me, just reconsider what you're saying to encourage them to be enthusiastic to what you're saying to them, because you have to be enthusiastic to get that response back, right? So you can do that via messaging. Text message is pretty innocuous. It's not necessarily got the intent that you want to deliver. So use video or voice message. I don't do video, but some people do, and it works very effectively. But voice message, have that empathy, have that personal contact. People want to hear an upbeat message from somebody. They can't read that in a text message, as you know, can get lost in translation. So all you're going to do is create your first 10 meetings. That's normally a meet and greet, which should be done out and about, and will be hopefully when we get back to normal. That's what I love. That's my lifeblood. I'm a people person. I built this, via my gymnasium or friends and so on and so forth, just being out and about, socializing. That's the way to do it. You can set a time and a place. You set the reason, what you want to talk to them about, the business or the product, and then obviously you're going to be feeling any questions, or maybe having their colleagues along with you or to that meeting, and then you confirm the meeting, set the intent, and obviously that meeting can be done online at the moment with the way things are with the current lockdown situation, as I said, which is easing and making life hopefully back to normal as soon as possible. So that's the way you create your meetings. Where we do them is we do them within the normal workspace of home or an office, or wherever we're able to meet somebody. and we can do short presentation. That can be done with a 2-on-1, so that could be you with your upline initially, again, learning, mentoring, training, the way to do it. And then you could do it as a home party. I've not personally done any, but people in the business have done them, and to great success. So inviting people to the home to take a look when you can, where they can maybe try the test, look at the products, they get a real feel for things. And you could use a Facebook Live. Facebook Live is something I've not done, but certainly, again, a lot of my colleagues have done to great success. And obviously Zoom, as we're doing this morning, is imperative. That's where most business is being done. As you know, they've seen incredible growth in their business. So you always schedule a next meeting. The meeting is going to be imperative to begin with, but people will want to take a second look. So again, make that second look happen. Don't be fearful of asking to create that second meeting. You need to do that again via Zoom, or however you want to set that intention to do the second meeting, when we can do things like home parties or Facebook, do it by Facebook Live. And then you need to create a business presentation. This is what I love. I mean, I like to present. This is the arena that I enjoy. If you're not used to it, then clearly you need to try and become accustomed to making that presentation. Again, practice at home on your nearest and dearest. And presentations are about creating relationships. You need to have a relationship, hopefully, with some of the contacts you've got in terms of warm contacts to begin with. But you're going to grow that relationship, create that relationship. Because people buy from people. And you need to find a need. And those needs are very, very important, be it one from a business perspective or from a customer perspective. You know, I'm used to working in sales, some of you aren't. So try and understand the simple sales cycle. I'll just, in 30 seconds, take you through it. It's simply to create that relationship and that rapport with somebody. And then you simply need to ask questions. You just need to establish needs. So ask open questions, establish their needs. It could be from, like I say, their financial position or work position from a business perspective, for somebody looking at this for business. It could be obviously somebody that needs this product because they are suffering from an ailment that you feel this may benefit them from. So you won't know that till you ask the questions. So you need to ask open questions. You need to establish those needs. And then once you have those needs, and clearly you're going to explain the features and benefits of our products, and taking those features and making those into benefits for the individual you're talking to. And outside of that, you were dealing with questions. Those questions could look like objections. You need to learn how to handle those questions and objections in a confident way, in a positive way. And then obviously move to asking for the business, which in the industry of sales is closing. So you trial, close, and you close. Again, these are all things you can become more and more au fait with and more comfortable with as you go. But bear in mind that you will get no's. And if you get no's, don't get down, don't take it personally, just simply say okay, and then ask for them to take a second look. It may take 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. You don't know how long it's going to take, but keep on going back. Only 8% of people follow up 5 times. That's an incredible statistic, but those 8% make up the 20% of the most successful people in business, because they're tenacious and they're confident about going back and asking for the business. And obviously involve them in the system, and by that, obviously, if it's a business partner, take them through the information on the system, and if it's a potential customer, you know, encourage them to look at the Zinzino for free, for example. It's a great system and it works fantastically. So in terms of the fast start bonuses, I said I would just talk you through that this morning, and I just take you through the financials on that briefly. The first 30, 60 days are, as I say, imperative to starting the business right, and that means the 4-4-10 principle. So to become Smart Bronze, all you need to do is to create 4 premier customers in your first 30 days. And that gives you, as you can see from the slide, 10% cash bonus commission, which is on average 13. I've used today's euro to pound rate, which is good because sterling has improved, which is great. So around about £13, give or take the exchange rate, and that's going to give you a commission income, as you can see there, of £52. It's also going to give you a Smart Bronze income bonus of £90, because when you get to that point, you get a £90 bonus. So that's £142 in your first 30 days for achieving those 4 premier customers. But more importantly and vitally, it unlocks your mentor bonus. And again, I don't think I got my head around this to begin with when I first started. It's vital you achieve that for you yourself, because it's 5% of your partner's business going forward in terms of their customer turnover. So from that point of view, revenue-wise, that 5% is absolutely worth its weight in gold. And that 5% becomes 10% when you get that partner that you've enrolled personally to Smart Bronze in their first 30 days. So it's, again, a way of getting from 5% to 10% of your partner's business. So that, I think, really you can see is vital, that you become Smart Bronze in your first 30 days to unlock that mentor bonus, the cash bonus, and Z for free, which is your Zinzino for free, because those 4 customers, again, your upline will explain it to you in more detail, but they produce enough credit in your first month to ensure that the next month your Zinzino personal products are for free, and indeed all costs are free to you in relation to the business and your own product. So next 30 day, you need to move to Fast Silver. Now you may be able to do this or 2 partners or 4 partners, but ideally you need to be doing this with 4 partners. So 2 partners to the left and 2 partners to the right. So once you have those partners in place, you achieve what's called Fast Silver, which is halved in terms of the credits needed for it in the first month to 375 from 750. And therefore that pays you £135 in a bonus, which is great to add to the other bonuses you picked up that month. And then the ECB is the enrollment commission bonus, which is, enrollment credit bonus, which is your 100% uplift in the credits that you're creating. Again, upline will explain it to you, but if something was worth 14 credits, for example, which is the currency within the business, then once you've unlocked your ECB, that becomes worth 28 credits. So you can see that's, again, vital to unlock as soon as you possibly can do. And you can do that also by becoming Extreme Express. That unlocks your ECB as well. And that's moving from 4 customers to 10 customers. This is in your first 60 days. And again, that creates a cash bonus of 10%. I've done that at 6 times 13 is £78, plus your Extreme Express bonus at 135 at today's exchange rate, giving you a strange but grand total of £213. So again, these are all approximate based on exchange rates, but those figures combined give you a grand sum total of £500 at least in terms of your Fast Start bonuses, and you've unlocked your mentor bonus, and indeed you've got your ongoing product for free, which is just incredible. It really is a great way to start your business. And also, may I add at this point, if you've bought a kit in terms of your partner kit, which has got the refund on it, so that's the health protocol kit or one of the ultimate kits, at month 13, as long as you have 25 customers, 25 subscription customers at month 12, then you'll get the money back on those particular refundable kits. So the business is paying you back for your initial investment into the business. I suggest that the bigger and better the kit you have, and the more product experience you get for both you and obviously for your potential customers. And indeed, if you're in business like a nutritional therapist and so on and so forth, again, they can be used in clinic to great use. So that's the bonuses. And I said to you, the last thing was 25 customers, as I just mentioned. That takes you to 18. And 18, again, if you for any reason missed any of these bonuses, then 18 unlocks your ECB. So that's your enrollment credit bonus, and it also unlocks your RCB, which is your residual credit bonus. So that's for products where there's a residual income in credit, say 4 credits for a product, that becomes 100% uplift to 8 credits. So I won't go into detail over that this morning because you need to obviously look at that with your direct sponsor, but hopefully that explains to you the Fast Start bonuses clearly. And lastly, but not least, is the career ladder. So all of this is going to lead you to ultimately success in the business, and that's if you put the work in. And there's no reason why you can't achieve an incredible career within Zinzino, and indeed to go with that, an incredible income. So by helping people get well, by increasing and improving their health, you're able to climb the career ladder. And as you can see, all I've done this morning again is take the euro value, convert that to pound sterling. They are approximate earnings because clearly it's going to be dependent on you and the way the business is structured. But you can see that if you're starting at silver, it's £150, through to gold 225, executive 700, platinum 1,200, diamond 3,500 thereabouts, which is the first point that somebody feels that they maybe could leave their part-time career and make Zinzino a full-time career. I think, you know, £3,500 to £3,500 worth of income, £4,000 worth of income. That's when people think, okay, this is getting serious now. I could make this a full-time occupation, and they can walk away from maybe a job that they don't enjoy, or indeed, like I say, make this their full-time career and have much more time flexibility. So you can see the different ranks: director, through to crown, royal crown, black crown, ambassador, royal ambassador, black ambassador, and president, taking you through incredible incremental growth in your income throughout way through about £38,000 president. And there are ranks beyond that as well. I believe there's about 20 ranks within the business. So there's incredible opportunity to grow your business, to grow your income, to improve people's health. We're working in an incredible market that is doing nothing but growing. The amount of people that take omega-3 supplements, as one example, you know, is estimated between, depending who you're talking to, half a billion people to 1 billion people across the world. You know, the market itself is worth 50 billion, I believe, dollars in terms of income, and is growing incrementally every year. So there's a huge market to obviously go for in terms of the opportunity, and a huge opportunity for you to build your business by making health and wealth for yourself simultaneously. So I think all I can say is thank you all very much indeed for your time this morning. If you've got any questions, then please refer those to your upline. And all I can say is I wish you a lovely weekend, and I look forward to working with you all in the future. Thank you very much.